Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes just trying to figure out how to do this video. Actually for the last like 2 weeks really. So as you can see from the title below, we are going to tell you the real reason why we haven't posted a video in quite some time since our last video that we posted about announcing. We basically announced our pregnancy, the last video, if you didn't see that. I've been getting a lot of private messages from friends and family. I know Emily has, and we just haven't posted anything since then. I guess we became really superstitious and nervous, I guess is the best word to say, after we posted that video, just because of what happened before that. So yeah, doing this video right now. Emily's not with me right now, Ethan's not with me right now, so I told him I would come out and I would actually do this video. You might be able to hear Ethan in the background. But yeah, I said I would come out and I would do this video, and then kind of pick up with Emily in a little bit here, but without beating around the bush, we found out again that we lost the baby, and so that was the second time, and we really didn't know how to react at that moment, and we I don't know, it put both of us in our own places personally. I know for me anyway, trying to stay level-headed and keep everything, I'm always trying to keep everything like even keeled, like just trying to hold everyone together. But I went to a really dark place inside of like hopelessness. You get excited and you start to think about the future, and you plan, and yeah. So these are the feelings. Like, it's hard to just come up with words to really explain what it feels like if you've been through that before. And I know I can't speak for Emily. I can only speak from what I see, and I know that it hit her in a place that went beyond any real emotion I can explain. So it became really difficult to just talk about it, and we tried to cope with it in the best way we can. So we obviously didn't want to keep all you in the dark. We didn't want to not make anything any longer. I mean, it has been a while, and we're still here, and we thank you for being here with us. And I think the hardest part about vlogging and being part of this YouTube community is being vulnerable and scared and nervous, fear of judgment. I'm a pretty private person when it comes to just what's going on in my personal life, so just doing this in general was a big step, but it was more so for us and documenting our journey through life together and growing, and doing fun things, sharing that with people. And it would be really cool to go back, and it still will be really cool down the road to go back and watch like a timeline, like a time capsule of everything that's gone on in our life, good or bad. So this is one of those life setbacks that is the harsh realities of real life. And it took me so long to just come up with doing this, like putting the camera on. But I did. So, but I want Emily to come on. I want Emily to talk about her experience. I want Emily to share her feelings and what she's going through. And like, I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for Ethan being here and just like the whole miracle of life, when people say it's like a miracle, it's a miracle of life. It is truly a miracle of life when you have a child. And just I'm so thankful to have Ethan here and to be able to hold him and hug him and appreciate him so much more than I do. I mean, I couldn't imagine life without him, and now like even more so. It just like means so much more. And I hate talking like this because I'm and it's terrible, but I didn't want to cut this video up. So anyway, I'm gonna stop going on and on and on. I want Emily to come in here and speak, so I am going to cut the video off right now. And when we come back, I'll have Emily with us to share just a little bit, but that'll be it. I'm not gonna really get too much into it other than that. We do wanna let you know, me specifically, we will be getting back to what we do. I think creating videos and doing things together as a family and just being us is what's gonna heal us, and it's gonna make us feel stronger, and it's gonna help us move forward. And obviously with you guys right there, with encouragement, support, like we love that. We love seeing feedback. We love, anytime you leave a comment, like that just feels good, or you like the video. It's great. Like we know we're putting stuff out there that you really enjoy. So we really, really thank you for that. And that's it. We love you guys. So, all right.
Eric's watching Ethan right now. It's really close to nap time, and he's just kind of like a bundle of energy. And so we swap places so we could just have like a moment to reflect without a distracting toddler around. So right now I'm just feeling sad. Yeah, it's hard to put into words exactly everything I'm feeling, because it's like it's just a lot, and it's been changing. Where I think the first thing when I was in the appointment was shock. I'm pretty sure I cussed. Actually, in fact, I know I did, because I was like, oh my, like, are you kidding me? Like, this is happening again. And then I wept. And then I asked questions, and I remember saying, I don't know what to ask, because the first time I didn't know what to ask. And then like a recurring miscarriage is like a whole new set of questions, because it's like, it becomes a new, like, a new thing. It's not, it's the same, but like a little bit more complex. So that day was really hard. Eric was working, so I couldn't tell him over the phone. It was probably better that I came home and told him in person. That was really tough. I was able to tell those close to me who knew about it, and I think it was just shock, because I was having pregnancy symptoms. I was not experiencing any miscarriage symptoms, and so it was like where did this come from, and that day it was tough. Like, I definitely had like puffy eyes, crying on and off, and just like mourning, I guess. And then I think what really helped Eric and I the most was just leaning really heavily into our gratitude. Like, in times of sadness, I feel like since we've gotten older in age and learned more, it's easy to focus on the sad stuff. But when you kind of flip the coin and see everything you be thankful for, it really helps. So we just kept saying how thankful we are for Ethan. Like, he's the coolest little kid. Like, he's changing all the time, and he's so funny, and he's just adorable. Like, we'll sit in bed and just look at him, and we're like, oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. Like, he's the most beautiful child, and like his face, and he's just so funny, and he's so smart, and he's healthy and happy, and this pandemic has been really challenging for us, and just switching so many things, our way of life. And one of the best things is we've come closer. Together as a family, we've spent a lot of time together because we kind of have to. We're locked inside all day together. But it's been so great, and just being thankful for that, because I'm very much aware there's a lot of people who don't have children or can't have children, and it's probably far more common than we realize, miscarriages. And so the fact that we have Ethan and we didn't have any problems prior to him, I think that would have really changed our journey, like experiencing miscarriages before him. So we're just really thankful that we have what we have. And it was our plan to have a second child. And so going through the first miscarriage, it was like really shocking, because we kind of expected like, oh, okay, we're gonna have our second child now and that's it, sort of thing. And then you get thrown a curveball, and then you think, okay, like, yes, we're pregnant again, like things are falling into place. And then you get thrown another curveball, and then I think this time we're just kind of like, okay, this is our plan that we're living in, and there's like God's plan, a higher plan that it's supreme, like, it supersedes everything else. And that's, we're just kind of along for the ride, and what's meant to be will be in its own timing. And, it will. And I think we're really hopeful for the future. And it's kind of like, we're not wasting any time. We're getting older. I think I'm considered like a high-risk pregnancy now that I'm 35. I'm like a geriatric like pregnancy person. And I have all these other, I guess, complications now with the miscarriages, and I had gestational diabetes before, and I think there was other stuff. My age is just like, I always thought like, oh, 35 sounds so young. Like, why do they put this like emphasis on 35? Like, once you turn 35, it's like, oh my gosh, like, that in pregnancy is like a scary thing. But now I kind of see why they say that, because it certainly has gotten more complex. But I've had days last few days where I felt like really good, really hopeful, like, let's do this, let's just move forward, what's the next step, let's do this, really like motivated. And then sometimes I'm just like, I want to escape. Like, one of the first days I was like, told Eric, I just want to drink, like, I just want to like drink to escape, and like eat all the foods I wasn't supposed to eat and when I was pregnant, and drink coffee, and just kind of like let loose a little. And I had like a glass of wine last night, and it was not fulfilling, of course, and just trying to escape the emotions. I baked a lot the other day just to like get all this nervous energy out and try to stay busy. And I think it's just like layers of the onion that you keep peeling off. The first time we went through the miscarriage a few months ago, I had moved all my pregnancy clothes into the closet, hung them up, super excited, like, yeah, I get to wear all these clothes again. Like, we're pregnant, super excited. And then when we found out about the miscarriage, it was like, I ripped everything out of the closet, I put it in a bin, put it in the other room, closed the door, sort of thing. And this time I was more cautious, like, okay, like a week or, maybe a week before the miscarriage, I brought the bins into our closet. Hadn't hung anything up yet, but I brought them in. I was like, okay, like, it's about that time. I'd already started cleaning out the room that would be the nursery, kind of like planning for stuff, being like cautious. But every day that passed, I felt like more comfortable that it was going to be a successful pregnancy. And like every day gave me more comfort. And so it's just those little things. Like, I bought these onesies for like our kind of like big reveal thing, and it was like, why don't you just wait? But I guess that's where your hope comes in, and the joy of pregnancy, even though after a miscarriage you feel like scared. And now it's going to be even more scary, and I'm going to feel more jaded and like, well, why get excited because X, Y, and Z need to happen before you have the birth of your baby? And then starts a new whole set of worries, like, are they going to be healthy? How, you know, how do you get through those first few months and then their development, and when are you going to start walking and talking and teeth, and like, there's a bucket of things that you're going to always worry about, I guess, as a parent. But, you know, it starts with pregnancy, and I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss. It's this weird struggle with holding on and letting go, where you just want to hold on to that feeling you had when you were pregnant, and just that experience, you want to hold on to it because it's so precious, and then you realize you have to let it go and move on and move forward, and like, it's tough. I'm very much aware that there's other things more difficult, more heart-wrenching, more like tough than what we're experiencing, so I'm very much aware of that. For me, that's helped kind of realizing that, to keep me grounded and like, that's okay, we are healthy, we have our lives, we have, you know, so much to be thankful for, so much to be happy about, and you know, there's so many other situations that could be going on that would make things a lot harder. So, you know, this is just a bump in the road, or a little, you know, part of our journey, but I'm just really thankful that we have one another, and we're just gonna keep moving forward, and who knows, I'm gonna bake up a storm, so if you're in the Phoenix area, like, hit me up, because we can't eat everything that I bake. And it has proven to be very therapeutic for me. So anyways, I think I'm just gonna wrap things up, because Eric and Ethan are playing, and I haven't heard a peep, which is fairly unusual for Ethan to stay focused and quiet for any long period of time. And I know I've kind of been going on and on, but just kind of want to, I think this will be therapeutic for us in a way too, just sharing and knowing that these sort of things happen. Well, a lot of people might experience this, so it's very comforting for me to know when I'm going through something tough that I'm not alone. So hopefully other people can say like, oh, like, I'm not alone either, like, I made it through, we made it through, we can do this. I think that there's this, like, all these stigma about miscarriages and pregnancies and mental health and all these things that personally I've gone through, and I want to be fairly transparent about that stuff, because it really is, like, a lot of this stuff is common, and the more that you share and come together, like, the more healing it can be, and people realize we're more the same than different. And I'm way off on a tangent now. But I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening and hearing our journey, and just sharing it, being a part of it with us, because, you know, that's life, and there's a lot of people that care about us and have reached out, and we're super thankful, and being in prayers and good wishes, good thoughts, vibes, whatever. But we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in and checking in and seeing what we're up to. I really hope that even throughout the pandemic, we're able to come up with good, fun ideas. We really desperately need to leave this heat. It's like been 115 for I think weeks now, and there's really no end in sight. And it's kind of crazy living in the desert. It is so brown and hot, and I just want to be in the air conditioning all day. So hopefully we can do a fun escape, or I don't know, figure something out. I'm sure we will. But thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna have more for you guys coming up, and hope you enjoyed the video on some level. I know it's kind of like a bummer, but we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you real soon. All right, take care.